Hello everyone. We're exploring one of the world's earliest paper currency, the Southern Song dynasty Huizi. The Song period, from the 10th to 17th centuries, marked a peak of economic sophistication. Our key question is, why did the Western currency coupled into the hyperinflation by 2071? Our system is always fallen because of centralized mismanagement, excessively printing to fund wars and was worsened by its structural flaws. The Huiz was first issued in 1160s, mainly because of capital in a lack of copper coins. To keep the trade flows, the Ministry of Revenue introduced the Huiz as a paper substitute. It worked at first. The copper-capable currency backed of 200,000 yuan of copper cash, which built strong public confidence. From 1160s to 1190s, the note held near face value and supported commerce. But the system had few flaws. The note was easy to forge and there was no strict supply limit. Old notes weren't destroyed, so money supply kept rising. By 1190s, under the war pressure from the Jin dynasty, the government printed more to fund the army. Confidence collapsed, inflation exploded, and by 1231 the wheat became worthless. As we will see next, that was not just economic failure, it's just a crisis of government and credibility.
The collapse of the Southern Song Huizi was not an either-or failure. It was a fatal synergy between a fiat structure with no harder anchor and discretionary deficit-driven management. This case reveals how trust, not metal, becomes the backbone of value, and how policy discretion turned that backbone into breaking point. By design, Huizi was an unbacked IOU. Its purchasing power rested on credible redemption, not intrinsic value. That meant fungibility, one note equal to another, depended entirely on belief in the state's promise. Without convertibility or rule-based supply, money demand became fragile. Any crack in confidence sent its value into freefall with no asset to catch it. In modern terms, Huizi had no nominal anchor and suffered from a time inconsistency problem. The state always preferred today's relief over tomorrow's stability. Centralized management then weaponized that fragility. Facing war costs and fiscal gaps, that state monetized deficits through repeated discretionary issuance. They shortened maturities, suspended redemptions, and treated as a business model. As supply outtrained taxable capacity price surged, velocity spiked a classic inflation chain reaction born from a soft budget constraint. Structured supply management later and relate the match. Could decentralize algorithmically limited currency like Bitcoin can prevent these failure modes. I will hand to the Yuegao to explore more of modern digital assets.
We are now moving to the core question of this assessment. As a decentralized digital currencies can become actually solve the problems that lead to Hui's corpus. When we compare the two, the real differences isn't paper versus digital. It's about control and credibility. Hui's was entirely government issues. The feasibility quickly turned into uncontrolled expansion. Its security depends on central authority, so once facial pressures and confidence crises emerge, public trust disappear. Because in many ways reverse those witnesses. It supplies fees, it removes political discretion, and it relies on cryptographic verification instead of institution promise. But that doesn't make it flawless. Mining concentration, price volatility, and geographic inequalities create new risks rather than removing them completely. In summary, the flavor of Huiz was an unavoidable consequence of police mismanagement and exclusive insurances destroy confidence from people. Become seems to offer the opposite model, decentralization, fee supply, and blockchain cryptography, but neither system is automatically stable. What truly determines long-term resilience isn't the material or the technology, it's whether the monetary system is built on transparent rules and rigorous constraints. If those elements are in place, currencies, historical or digital, can remain credible. Without them, both ways on become are valuable in different ways. Thanks for listening.